particular respective Selenium automation. I mean, while working this particular respective Selenium automation, if you want to begin, continue developing automation script, how exactly we can take care about and continue that particular automation script. That is what we need to begin understanding on that. So in that, if I'm taking with this particular individual program, the first program we got understand it. If I'm taking with the first program, we have been taking care about login, logout, and after that we need to begin take care about Chrome browser, and then we need to begin take care about verification activities, and then we need to begin understand how exactly we can provide test data. So if I'm taking with this particular thing, we need to begin understand how exactly we can take care about in providing these particular respective test data. So let's understand in a very detail how exactly we can take care about in providing that particular respective test data. As simple as while working this particular Selenium automation, we need to begin to understand it. While working this particular respective Selenium automation, we need to begin to understand it how exactly we can take care about in automating different type of functionality here. So this is what we need to begin taking care about in having this particular respective step. Let's see that what exactly that particular steps need to be get followed related to that particular test data. The very first understanding, if I'm taking with test data, what is the meaning of test data? Meaning of test data. Yeah. Meaning of test data. According to your manual test case template, when you're working with manual test cases, according to your manual test case, you got in a column of test data or input data. What is the meaning of that? Yeah. Test data, guys. What is it? Data to be used. Data to be used to test particular functionality. If I'm taking with test data, or we can say that input data. If I'm taking with test data, or if I'm taking with input data, considering that data to be used to test particular functionality. In simple, let's take care about our previous program. If we just look into our previous program, we got taking care about in performing the steps of launching with the browser, entering with the URL, verifying with the title, and then entering with this particular respective username. What is the username we provided? Naresh IT. What is the password we provided? Naresh IT. This username and this password, can we consider as test data? Can we consider as test data or not? The username we are entering, the password we are entering, can we consider as test data? Yes. Now, while working with automation, while working with this particular automation testing, we got different type of options. We got different type of options in providing this particular respective test data. I mean, according to that particular program requirement, we can take care about providing this particular test data in the different ways. See the understanding. The one option, the one option we can consider that hard coded. We can provide test data in the form of hard coded. One option. In the same way, we can provide test data from variables. We can provide test data from variables. In the same way, we can provide test data from Excel. In the same way, we can provide test data from database. See the understanding? If I'm taking with test data, this particular test data, we can provide it in the different approaches. The one we can take care about hard coded, and the one considering the variables, and the one Excel and taking with database. If I'm taking with hard coded, if I'm taking with hard coded, the meaning of hard coded, provide test data, provide test data in the same automation step. The meaning of hard coded, the meaning of hard coded, we are mentioning that providing test data, providing test data in the same automation step. In the same way, we got variables, meaning of variables, assign, right? Assign test data to variable, assign test data to variable, and access that variable in required step. The meaning of variables, the meaning of variables, assign test data to variable. What exactly the test data is there? You can assign that particular test data to variable. We can take care about assigning the test data to variable, and then access that variable in required step. In the same way, Excel, in the same way, Excel, provide test data, provide test data in Excel file. Provide test data in Excel file and access test data from Excel in required step. In required step, we are having different type of options whenever we are taking this particular test data. We need to take care about in having different type of options. The one you will be taking with variable, and the one you will be taking with Excel. If I'm taking with this particular respective variable and taking with Excel, in the same way, we need to taking with database. Database also same thing. Provide test data in database. Provide test data in database, or you can consider database table and access test data from database in required step in required step. So this is what we need to be taking care about in considering that in having these particular test data. Here automation steps are same, but as part of automation testing, if you want to be provide test data in the different ways, one hard coded, another one variable, and then Excel and taking with database. If I'm taking with this particular one, if I'm taking with this particular respective hard coded, if I'm taking with hard coded, meaning of hard coded, providing test data in the same automation step, meaning of variable, assign test data to variable. First, you need to take care about assigning the test data to variable. Once you assign the data, in the next step, you can access that variable in required step. In the same way, we got Excel, nothing but Excel file. If I'm taking with the Excel, nothing but Excel file. Meaning of that, provide test data in Excel file. So what exactly the test data you are expecting for that test case, that particular test data you need to be provided in Excel file, and then you can access test data from Excel in required step. And after that, database, you need to provide test data in database table and access test data from database in required step. Okay, see the understanding. For now, we'll take care about these two things here, hard coded and taking with variable. Excel and database, these two are advanced concept that you will understand in the coming part. If I'm taking with the Excel, how we can work with Excel and how we can work with database, these two things you will understand in further. For now, let's take care about, for now, let's understand these two things here. Excel and database also discussing it, but that you will take in future part. So for now, we need to be take care about in utilizing these two things here. Let's say that first option. What is the first option? Hard coded. If I'm taking the hard coded, meaning of hard coded, provide test data in same automation step. If I'm taking with that particular test data, we can consider that provide in same automation step. So till now, what we have been done, this particular username and password, this particular approach, we can consider that hard coded. See that this is automation step, typing the username in the same automation step, in the same automation step, we got provided that particular username. In the same automation step, we got provided that particular respective username. This approach, what we have been done, we can consider that hard coded. In the same way, we need to begin take care about another approach. What is that approach? Taking with variable. We need to begin take care about another approach that we will be taking with variable. Now, what we are doing is this username, this password, I'm deleting. Let me comments of this. Now, this particular username, I'm not providing in the same automation step. We are not taking care about hard coded. We are taking care about working with the approach of variables here. We are taking care about in working with the approach of variables here. What exactly the test data has been required, that particular test data we need to be get assigned to the variable. Whenever it is required, we can call that variable. Now you can see here. So according to this program, we need to be get take care about in assigning the data. For assigning that particular data, previously while working this particular Java programming, we have been discussed about one concept. Consider that data type and variables. What is that concept? Data types and variables. What is the use of that? Use of data types and variables. Representing with data. So according to our understanding, if you want to be get represent the data, then we are taking care about data types and variables. So further, if I'm taking with that particular variables, how many types of variables? Types of variables. How many types? 2 or 3 or 8. How many types of variables? 2 types. What are those? Primitive data type and non-primitive data type. Nothing but reference data type. In the same way, we got variables. How many types of variables? How many types? How many types? 3 types here. What are those? Local variables, instance variables, static variables or class variables. If I'm taking with that particular variables, we got an option of local variables, instance variables, static variables or class variables. If I'm taking with local variables, meaning of local variables, defining within a method and accessing within a method. If I'm taking with local variables, we can mention that defining within a method and accessing within a method. In the same way, we got instance variables. Meaning of instance variables, defining outside of the method and inside of the class. Meaning of static variable, using the keyword of static. So previously we got understand all the syntaxes. According to the requirement, we are applying in that particular required Selenium program. Let's see that how we can do that. I'm taking care about in providing outside of method, outside of the method and inside of the class. So I'm defining outside of the method and inside of the class, taking care about that particular respective test data related to that program, related to that particular program, what exactly the test data is required, related to that particular program, what exactly the test data is required, we need to take care about in defining that. So further, I'm taking with string, taking with that particular test data. What is it? Username equal to need to be get provide that particular username. In the same way, taking care about string and considering that taking with that particular password. Okay. In the same way, if I'm taking this particular test data, can we consider URL as a test data? URL. Okay. So that is also test data. So related to that program, related to that program, whatever test data is required, you need to be get take care about in providing that particular respective test data. Then I'm taking with title 1. It depends on that particular tester. As a tester, we need to be get understand, we need to be get understand what exactly that particular tester step. We need to be get understand what exactly that particular tester step related to that particular tester step, related to that particular test step, we need to be get understand that what exactly that particular test data taking with that particular title 2. Now, if I'm taking with all that particular required test data, all that particular required test data, we need to be get provided. This is how you will take care about in real time activity. If I'm taking with automation script, on which basis we need to develop automation script? Based on manual test cases. Based on manual test cases, we need to take care about in developing with automation scripts here. So if I'm taking with that particular manual test case, along with that particular test step, I got in a column of test data. Along with that particular test step, I got in a column of test data. So related to that particular program, what exactly the test data has been required, you can provide all the test data. If we just look into that, our regular understanding, if I'm taking this considering as data type, and this is variable, and this is variable value, considering the data type and variables, use of data type and variables representing the data. So according to the program requirement, we are taking care about in utilizing that particular respective test data. So this is how we are taking care about in utilizing that particular required Java concepts here. So now, according to the requirement, whatever the data has been required, that particular data we need to be get assigned to the respective variable. Whatever data has been required, that particular data we have been assigned to the respective variable. Now we need to be get call that variable in the required step. So I'm taking with this particular URL, I need to begin calling the variable, accessing the variable, mention that URL. So I'm calling that variable, but it is giving an error. Why it is giving error? Throws exception already done. See the error message. Meaning of that. What is the meaning of that? You're already knowing, guys. See that error message, you can easily understand. It has been clearly saying that what it is mentioned cannot make static reference to non-static field of URL. That means if I'm taking with this variable, what kind of variable it is? No, the type of variable. Statica. Stringa. I'm not asking about data variable. Is that local variable, instance variable, static variable? What is it? Instance variable. This URL, according to this program, all these are considered the instance variable. These instance variable, you are accessing inside of main method. When you take main method, this main method already having the keyword. What is it? What is it? Static. The main method is already having the keyword of static, which we can consider the static method according to programming. In static method, we can access only static variable. In static method, we can access only static variable. So this is URL is considered that non-static variable, nothing but instance variable. Because of that, directly we cannot access. If you want to access that, you need to take care about in creating that particular object. Right. See that. So if I'm taking with this thing, this particular one, we need to be get take care about in considering that this is an instance variable. That particular instance variable, we are trying to get access in static method. Conclusion in static method. Whether main method, that is a different. In static method, we can directly access only static variable. Because of that, it is giving an error. So according to the programmer comfortable, either you can take care about creating the object and accessing. Otherwise, in simple, this particular variable, it can make us static variable. See that error is resolved. Okay. So all these variables, I'm just considering that all these variables, I'm just considering that taking with static variable. Okay. So that I'm taking with URL. After that, we need to take care about title, that you will be taking title 1, which you will be taking with title 1. After that, here, what you will provide? What you will provide? Username. See our approach. The required test data we got assigned to the variable, accessing that particular variable in the required step. Next, what you will provide? Taking with password. You need to be get provide in password. Then you are taking care about that login. After that, again, we are taking care about verifying with title. So, and then need to take care about logout and close application. So this is what we need to be get taking care about. This is what you need to be get take care about in utilizing this particular step. So according to that particular requirement, you need to be get take care about in utilizing this particular respective step according to that particular program requirement. We need to be get take care about in accessing required test step. Now I can say that if we look into the whole program, first we imported all the required packages, creating with the class and taking with test data related to that program, whatever test data is required, you need to take care about defining test data and taking care about in accessing in required step, creating the class, creating the main method, considering that launching with the browser, entering with the URL, taking care about verifying with the title. After that, doing with login, enter username, enter password. That username, password, you are calling by variable. After that, taking with login, and once we done with login, need to take care about log out here. So after that, we need to take care about in closing with application. So this is how we need to be get taking care about in taking with that particular required test data. So according to that particular programming requirement, we need to be get understanding that all that particular required approaches. So now we need to be get able to see that we need to be get able to see that in providing or entering that particular data in that particular application. So now you can see that if you just take care about execution, we need to be able to see that that particular data need to be get entered. Previously we done with hard coded. Now we are taking with passing from variable. So doing with login and taking with logout and close with application. So this is what we need to take care about in printing with the statement that we will be taking with title match, login completed, and taking with logout completed. So this is how we need to be get taking care about in providing that particular required concept. As simple while working this particular Selenium automation, while working this particular respective Selenium automation, we need to be get comfortable how exactly we can take care about in automating with different type of step. This is what we need to be get. This is what we need to be get taking care about. This is what we need to be get take care about in considering the test data. According to that particular requirement, we need to be get take care about in providing with test data. So this is what the two approaches. One approach is hard coded. Meaning of hard coded, providing test data in same automation step. What is another option? Taking with variables. Meaning of variables, assigning test data to variable and access in access variable in required test step. So that is what we need to be get take care about the two options. Along with that, what is another option? Excel and then database. So that Excel and database, the little bit advanced programs here, that is also will understand as part of the training program. You'll understand that part also. But before going with that program, we need to be get understand lot of other program that will be discussing it in coming sessions. You will get understand that how we can work with Excel and how we can work with database here. So this is what we need to be get taking care about in having with the program of first program. What is the first program? Login, log out. After that, Chrome browser. After that, verification. After that, test data. So now I can take care about new heading, another program mention that Mouseover, right? Another heading mention that taking with Mouseover. Online students also, all the online students also, please take care about writing with the new heading, writing with the new heading mention that Mouseover. Meaning of that mouse. Uh-huh. Meaning of Mouseover. Moving the mouse is Mouseover, sir. Uh-huh. Okay. Write the description. Take the main heading, Mouseover. Under that, write the description. Moving the cursor. Moving the cursor. Write the description. Moving the cursor. Moving the cursor to required element. Moving the cursor to required element or object. Moving the cursor to required element or object. Moving the cursor to required element or object. Okay. Under that, stop that statement and take the next heading. Stop that particular statement and write the next heading. Take the next heading, mention the test step. Write with another heading, mention the test step. Take the main one, Mouseover, and then take with the next heading, considering the test step. Okay. Under that, as usual, write with the step. What is the first step? Write the first step. Open application. Write the first step. Open application. First step. Open application. Open application. Take the next step. Write the next step. Log in into application. login into application, login into application, login into application. Take the next step. Take the next step. Perform Mouseover, perform Mouseover to PIM element, perform Mouseover to PIM element, perform Mouseover to PIM element, perform Mouseover to PIM element. Take the next step. Write the next step. Click on add employee submenu. 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 Take the next step. Click on log out option. Click on log out option. Click on log out option. Take the last step. What is the last step? Close application or browser. Close application or browser. Close application or browser. Okay, right. So see the steps to be get automated. What is the first step written? Open application. After that, login into application. After that, perform Mouseover to PIM element. Meaning of Mouseover, moving the cursor to a required element or object. So according to the requirement, I'm taking care about moving the cursor to that particular required PIM. As an example, I'm taking care about in moving the cursor to that particular required PIM. We can go with any step according to your test step. See this application. If I'm taking with this functionality, I'm just moving the cursor. I'm not taking click activity. I'm not taking the click activity, just moving the cursor, giving the required option. If I just move the cursor, if I'm just moving the cursor and then it is giving required option. This functionality taking care about moving the cursor to PIM and click on add employee. That means according to our test step, we are taking care about moving the cursor for only one time. Mouseover, we are performing only for one time. In the same way, if required, as an example, this is Mouseover to leave one time. After that, leave summary second time and then click on employee leave summary. This is first Mouseover, second Mouseover, and taking with click activity. This is one mouse over and perform click activity. So according to that particular program requirement, based on that particular test step, based on that particular test step, you may take care about mouse over for one time or multiple time according to that particular program requirement. That mouse over you can take care about for one time or considering that multiple times here. The conclusion, you need to be get comfortable in understanding. If you want to be get automate, if you want to be get automate the functionality of mouse over, how we can automate that particular functionality, that is what we need to understand. Previously we got text boxes taking with buttons and taking with links. In the same way, if you want to be get automate this mouse over, how exactly we can automate that particular functionality? Say that as simple our regular concept, need to be get perform the action, need to be get perform the action. How we can perform the action? How we can perform the action? By using method. Methods are available in class. Class is available in package. Package available in jar file. Jar files are available in that website or Google. That concept is same. Related to the Selenium. We doesn't require related to the Selenium. We doesn't require to write any method. We doesn't require to write any method. Just we need to take care about utilizing all the predefined methods according to requirement. According to the requirement, we need to be taking care about utilizing all that particular required predefined methods here. Saying that we need to take care about using the method related to mouse over. Previously, we got understand the step. Consider the text box. If you want to be enter the data in text box. What is the method? Enter the data in text box. What is it? Send keys. If you want to be enter the data in text box, it will be taking with send keys. In the same way, if you want to be retrieve the title, what is the method name? What is the method name? Get title. In the same way, to perform click activity, what is the method name? What is the method name? Click. So according to the requirement, based on that particular test step, we need to be understand that what exactly that particular required method need to be used. Now, according to the requirement, we have to take care about in performing mouse over. So to get perform mouse over, we are using one method name. We are taking with method name. So that method name, what is the method name? What is the method name? Moto element. Everything predefined methods only. Everything predefined methods only. We doesn't require to write any of our own methods. We doesn't require to write any of our own methods, everything considering the predefined method. So if I'm taking with more2 element, if I'm taking with more2 element is considering that one predefined method. Now, according to our regular understanding, need to access a method. How we can access a method? How we can access a method? By using object. We need to take care about creating with object. That particular one, if I'm taking with our program, we already created object. I mean, we are taking with reference of WebDriver. By using that particular reference, by using that particular reference, we are taking care about. By using with the reference, we are taking care about in accessing that particular method. For that, we are taking care about in accessing the method. What is the method we required? What is the method name we required? Move to element. To perform mouse over, method name move to element. Let me try that method. Any method name of move to element? I'm taking driver reference only. I'm taking the driver reference only. With the help of driver reference, with the help of driver reference, I'm trying the method name of moto element. Are we able to see method name of moto element here? No. So that means this is what the one main problem while working programming. It can be Java programming or Selenium programming. While working with the programming, the problem is if I'm taking with to perform action, what we are using? What we are using? Method. To perform the action, we are taking with method. The problem in programming, the required methods not provided in one single class. All the required methods are not provided in one particular single class. According to their requirement, they came up with creating multiple methods. That particular multiple methods provided in multiple classes. That multiple classes provided in multiple packages. That multiple packages provided in multiple jar files here. So that is the reason while working Selenium or in Java, is that you got added only one jar file related to Selenium. Is that you added only one jar file? No, it got added that multiple jar files here. Because according to the programming, they came up with in creating with n number of methods. That n number of methods available in n number of classes. That n number of classes available in n number of packages. That n number of packages available in n number of jar files. Because of that, as a programmer, always we need to understand what is the method is required. Related to that method, what will be the class name? Related to that class, what is the package name? This is what the more practice need to be done. This is what the more practice need to be done. You have to take care about in understanding according to the test step, what exactly that method, for that method taking with the class, for that class taking with package. Now we required method name. What is the method name we required? move to element. Now what Selenium guys has been done? They already created the method. They already created the method. This method provided in the class. This method provided in the class. Taking with class name. What is that class name? Actions here. So Selenium guys created the method. That method available in class name of actions. Everything predefined. Need to access the method. How we can access the method? By using object. That object creation. What is the syntax? Class name, object name equal to new class name followed with the same taking with class name actions is one predefined class actions is one predefined class and taking with object name equal to taking with new class name here. So we are taking with class name and taking with object name equal to new class name here. After that, taking with that particular object. Okay. In the same way, we need to be get access that particular class. How we can access a class? How you can access the class? Class ఎలా access చేయాలి? By importing package. If you want to access the class, if you want to access the class, you need to import that package. Now, that package name taking with import argo dot open dot selenium dot argo dot open dot selenium dot interactions dot actions here. So if I'm taking this particular one, if I'm taking this particular one, taking care about method name and taking with class name and taking with package name. See that everything predefined. All the things are provided by Selenium. We are trying to get understood how we can utilize according to the requirement. Now, the requirement is Mouseover. To perform Mouseover, what is the method name? Mode element. For this method, what is the class name? Taking with actions. For this class, what is the package name? Selenium dot interactions dot actions here. So the whole programming, you need to be get comfortable in understanding what exactly that method name and taking with class name and taking with package name. Okay, let's look into that. Right. See the understanding. Now we got the syntax. According to the syntax, we need to take care about method and taking with class and then taking with that particular package. Okay. Now see the concept. We are taking care about automation testing. Meaning of automation testing? Testing done by tool. What is the tool we are working? What is the tool we are working? Selenium. That means according to our understanding, who has to launch browser? Selenium. Who has to enter URL? Selenium. Who has to enter username? Selenium. Who has to perform mouse over? Who has to perform mouse over? Selenium. Selenium has to take care about, Selenium has to take care about in performing that particular mouse over activity. Selenium has to take care about in performing that particular mouse over activity. So now I can see that according to our programming, we are communicating to the Selenium. We are communicating to the Selenium. Nothing but we are communicating to the WebDriver. We are communicating to the WebDriver by taking with driver reference. We are communicating to the WebDriver by taking with the driver reference. That means for the driver, we need to be get informed. For that particular driver, we need to be get informed to perform that particular mouse over activity. Because of that, so here we need to be get mentioned. We need to be get mentioned taking with driver. We need to be get mentioned taking with driver. If I'm taking with this particular driver reference, nothing but WebDriver. Driver reference, nothing but driver. That particular driver, we are informing to perform action of Mouseover. Nothing but move to element. That action need to be performed. Action perform avali. To perform that action, we are taking with method name. To perform that action, we are taking with method name that will be taking with dot perform. To perform that action, we are taking with dot perform. That is what the syntax need to be get followed. We need to be get take care about and following with the syntax. We are informing to WebDriver in perform action of move to element. Now, if I'm taking with move to element, what is the functionality of move to element? Functionality of move to element to perform mouse over. Meaning of mouse over? Moving the cursor to required element or object. See the syntax here. You provided method name. What is the method name you provided? Move to element. But did we provide it to which element it has to move it? Here we got the method name. What is the method name? Move to element. To which element the cursor has to be moved? Did we provided that information? No. So by default, Selenium cannot understand anything. By default, Selenium cannot perform anything. We need to provide the clear information. We need to be get provide information to which element the cursor need to be get moved. So for that, so here you need to take care about driver dot considering that find element. We need to be get mention driver dot find element by dot name. As an example, I'm taking with the name. It can be anything according to the requirement. According to that particular requirement, it can be anything. You need to be get provide. You need to be get provide. అసలు క్లాస్కి ఎందుకు వచ్చావు? ఆ తర్వాత తీసుకోవాలి. క్లాస్కి ఎందుకు వచ్చినావు? ఎమర్జెన్సీయా? నా క్లాసెస్ డిస్టర్బ్ చేయకు. ఏదో ఒక్క బ్యాచ్ అటెండ్ అవ్వాలి. రైట్. మీ ఫ్రెండ్షిప్ అంతా బయట చూసుకోండి గైస్. నా క్లాసెస్ డిస్టర్బ్ చేయకండి. వాట్ ఎవర్ ఇట్ కెన్ బి. Right. Say that. So if I'm taking with this particular one. So if I'm taking with these particular things, so we got that particular method name. So that particular method name, what is the method name we got? Move element. So you are taking care about that particular method name is move element. So while working the method name of move element, to which element it has to move the cursor, we are clearly providing. So now the whole concept, the whole syntax is, if I'm taking with requirement is need to be get perform mouse over. To get perform the mouse over, we are taking with method name. What is the method name we got? Move element. For that method, what is the class name we got? Taking with actions here. For that particular class, what is the package name we got? Selenium dot interactions dot actions here. So and then this particular action who has to perform? Selenium has to perform. Because of that, you are providing that particular driver reference here. So this is what the syntax need to be followed. So according to that particular requirement, you need to be get understand what exactly that method name need to be used, class name need to be used, package name need to be get used. So need to be get comfortable in explaining the whole syntax to get perform that particular respective mouse over activities here. So this is what we need to be get understand, taking care about in following with the respective syntax to perform mouse over. So let's go with the same program. In the same program, we'll take care about to perform mouse over. We are taking care about launching with browser, verifying with title, enter that username and password, doing with login and verifying with title. So before taking the logout, before taking with logout, we need to take care about in performing mouse over. We need to be get take care about in performing mouse over. I can see that. See the understanding now. To perform mouse over. Method name. Method name. Move to element. Class name. Actions. Package name. Selenium dot interactions dot actions. That means first I need to take care about importing that package. Till now, how many packages we imported? How many packages? 3 packages. Any program of Selenium, any test case of Selenium in general, you need to take care about in automating these 3 test cases. Sorry, these 3 packages. Any Selenium program, these 3 are the common packages need to be get imported. Along with that, according to the requirement, need to be get understand what are all that particular packages need to be get import. So here taking care about importing one more package. What is the package name? Org dot openqa dot selenium dot, what is it? Interactions dot actions, taking with interactions dot actions. So this is what your practice, when you guys are doing with the practice according to that particular program requirement, you need to be get comfortable in taking care about in understanding what exactly that particular required packages need to be get import. Okay, so in the same way we imported that package Then you need to be get create object. To create object, what is the syntax I will follow? Taking with class name, object name equal to new class name. So we are taking with class name, object name equal to new class name. Okay, giving an error. Why it is giving error? Why it is giving an error? See the name. What is the name he provided? What is the name he provided? Actions. That means this logic, this class name, predefined class name, which is already provided. It is clearly mentioned actions. But who has to perform that action? Action ever perform Shayali. Expecting that information. Because of that, we need to be get provide. What you are providing? Driver. So driver need to be get perform. The driver need to be get perform that action. This particular driver need to be get take care about in performing that particular action. What kind of action it is? According to the requirement. What kind of action? Mouseover. For mouseover, method name, move to element. So taking with the method name, considering that move to element. So here the concept of move to element. See the method name itself. What is the method name we got? Move to element. Moving the cursor to that element. Which element it is? Which element it is? Need to provide that information. Which element it is? Need to be get provide that information. So let's get identify that object according to our test case step. Which element it is? Which element it is? PIM. We need to recognize this object. Same step we will follow. Taking with right click and then inspect. So now you need to refer highlighted one. Any name option? Name option? No. Any ID option? ID? No. Any class option? Yes. We got in a class option. We can try class option, but we are not preferred. We are not preferred to work with class option. We are not preferred to work with class option. For now, we can try another technique. What is another technique we can try? Which it is? What kind of technique it is? Link text. Link text, partial link text when you will use. See the highlighted one. Is there any anchor tag? No. If we have anchor tag, then we can go with the link text. So what is another technique we can try? Another technique, guys. In XPath, what is the technique you can try? XPath with single attribute. What is that attribute? That attribute is class, but in general, we'll not prefer with the class, right? Yeah. Meaning of XPath? Yeah. Meaning of XPath? Yeah. Open the notebook. No worries at all. Interview also. Interviewer 1 minute. Open the notebook and answer. Meaning of XPath? Group of nodes. How many types of XPath? How many types? 2 types. What are those? Absolute XPath, relative XPath. So apart from these two, what is another technique? XPath with attribute. Under attribute, what are the options? Single attribute, multiple attribute, text attribute, contains, starts with. What is the technique you can try? contains XPath with text attribute. You can try with the technique of XPath with text attribute. You can go with relative XPath, absolute XPath. Absolute XPath, relative XPath can be applied for any object. Apart from that, you can try for XPath with text attribute also. XPath with text attribute perfectly working, that you can try it. But apart from that, just another approaches. Just another approaches. This is highlighted one. See the understanding. See the understanding. Having the small drop down icon here. Yes. I'll just minimize it. See this. This is a highlighted one. I'll just minimize it. The highlighted one got minimized. If I expand this, getting your required code, this is PIM. If I just minimize it and then expand it, there is a connectivity for these two. For these two nodes, there is a connectivity. If I got minimized, it get. If I expand, that code is visible. Connectivity is provided. How we can understand? This is, we can understand that parent node. What is it? Parent node. This is, we can understand that child node. So this is, we can understand parent node, and this is, we can understand child node. So if I'm taking with connectivity, it got parent and child. Connectivity is there. Because of that, if I refer parent node, what is the tag name? In the parent node, what is the tag name? Anchor tag. Meaning of anchor tag? Link. In case of link, what is the technique we can try? Link text or partial link text. Don't be confused. Previously, we discussed about object identification technique by referring only highlighted one. According to this concept, you can try XPath with text attribute, perfectly working. Along with that, if required, we got another approach, concept of parent and child. So in that particular parent, we got that particular tag name of anchor tag. Then we can try utilizing the technique of link text or partial link text. Let me try. Second, go with your comfortable object identification based on tester comfortable. You can try with any technique. So for now, I'm taking with this particular link text here. So let's see that taking care about driver dot find element and taking with by dot link text here. Okay. So need to be get provide that particular text. This action it has to perform. This action need to be get performed. Taking with dot perform. This is how you are taking care about following with the whole syntax here. For the confirmation, we are printing with the statement considering that Mouseover completed. To see that either it has been performed or not, I'll go with wait statement. Taking with thread.sleep, I'll go with 4000. You can go with any number. According to your comfortable. So we done Mouseover to PIM element. After that, what is our next test step? According to the test step after Mouseover, click on add employee sub menu. That is regular click activity. Regular click activity need to find this particular object as usual, taking with inspect, referring highlighted one. Refer the highlighted one. Any name option? No. Any ID option? No. Any class option? No. What is the technique you can try? XPath with XPath with text attribute. Otherwise, let me cross check. So we got connectivity here. Because of this connectivity, what is the tag name? Anchor tag. What is the technique we can try? Link text or partial link text according to your comfortable. According to your comfortable, you can take care about it. So now writing with the statement driver dot find element by dot taking with linked text. We need to be get provide that particular text dot method name. Method name click, that is a regular click. So need to take care about click for the confirmation printing with the statement considering that clicked on sub menu. Clicked on sub menu to see that whether it has been performed or not. It can provide thread dot sleep that will be taking with thread dot sleep. So this is how according to the requirement you need to be get understand what are all the required syntaxes. See the understanding. The first day, what is the first program we done? Login, login, logout. That is what the main program. Further, according to your test step, you have to take care about adding the required code. As an example, we got test data, taking care about this additional data, taking care about verification, taking care about this code, taking care about Mouseover, writing that particular required code. That means that Selenium automation, it's not like any difficult, just according to the test step. Based on that particular test step, need to be get understood what exactly the required syntaxes need to be get followed. That is what your main practice need to be done. So let me run this program. While executing this program, don't look into your mouse is moving or not. Your mouse will not be moving. Your mouse will not be moving. So just you will see that that action is performing, not cursor is moving. That action is performing. So now it's got clicked on that particular add employee, taking with logout and close application. See that what it is printing? Mouseover completed and clicked on sub menu. Just let me execute once again. Just see that you need to be get able to see that action is performing. Action perform avutundi. That is how I got in a method name saying that actions here. So now you can see that need to be get perform action of Mouseover. Done. Okay. Click on add employee and then taking with logout, close with application. So automation not at all in difficult. Just if we go with perfect practice, it will make you more easy than manual. If you practice in the very perfect way, automation testing will be very more easy, very more comfortable